They call it the paranormal. But the truth is, it's just the normal. We've just forgotten how to see it. And then they call it the supernatural. But it's natural. It's just not limited to what we were taught in textbooks. And the metaphysical, well, that's just the physical world with the volume turned up. So, you see, what we call paranormal, that's just the full bandwidth of reality. Most people, they're only tuning into one channel. That's the visible, the measurable, the logical, so-called logical. And then they mistake that narrow slice for the whole truth. As you go through life, as you raise your vibration, not as a concept, but as a real embodied shift, your entire sensory level, it starts to widen. It's like you were with 1 bar and 2 bars, and now you've got 4 or 5 bars. You feel the presence in the room that no one else can feel. You hear the messages that are behind that silence that everyone else thinks is silence. So as you're sensing that the energy is existing as frequency behind people's faces or places or what was behind a choice someone made, you're not crazy. What's happening is that you're waking up. And the more that you trust it, the clearer it'll get. So as a psychic medium, as a channeler, I see these things not because I'm special in some way. I see them because I remembered how to listen somehow. It's like my ear, it would just go there. And I trained myself to quiet the noise long enough to grab that signal, to feel it. And the signal has always been there. It's just that most people are taught to fear it or to mock it or dismiss it as their imagination. But you felt it. And did you trust it? You've had those dreams where you got the truth before the facts showed up. Or you walked into rooms that felt heavy or light and you've thought of someone and they called you. You've had those experiences. You've sensed when someone wasn't telling you the whole story and you were right. But this wasn't with your mind. This was with your being and your essence. And that's not supernatural. That's you tuned in. So let's talk about the physical world. Now, the physical world is not separate from what you perceive as the metaphysical world. The wall or the veil isn't somewhere else. It's here. It's in the subtle layers of the moment. And when you attune your body, your breath, your awareness, you will realize you don't have to leave the body to be spiritual. You just have to be fully inside it, actually, fully awake. Okay, so this word, paranormal. The paranormal becomes normal when you stop shutting down your senses. Your third eye, your sixth sense, it exists in all of us. The supernatural becomes natural because you need to stop trying to explain it to the doubters who are in their heads about it. So the metaphysical becomes physical when you live with an open channel inside of you, an open heart, and a very steady soul and mind. So you don't need to wait to connect because you're already in this right now. The question that you just have to ask yourself is, can you be still enough to feel it? As you become more still, you become more peaceful. As you become more peaceful, you become more powerful. As you become more powerful, you start to relax into the beingness that everything is all on time. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. And as that's being experienced, fear can't live there. All that remains is that you are learning, you're discovering, and then you begin to completely absorb, integrate, and become the knowledge itself.